Hey everyone, Ghoul here. Just want to talk to you quick, guys. Make a quick video. So, it's been about 3 years now since I made what is now my third most popular video of all time, the On Women video. Um, I don't know if I made it clear in that video what that video was about. That video was about iDubbbz and his wife doing an OnlyFans, and the whole reaction hullabaloo around it at the time. Hard to believe that was 3 years ago, but yeah, that's what that was about. So, don't think this is coming out of nowhere that I'm reacting this stuff. I do actually have some investment in it prior, but yeah, I watched the new iDubbbz video about the Creator Clash and Froggy Fresh and Sam Hyde, and I don't care about the drama between Froggy and Sam iDubbbz. I don't. That's whatever. I want to pinpoint focus on the stuff iDubbbz said about sex workers. Um, because I don't think, because I feel like tides have kind of changed, but I think they go back and forth on what the public's general perception of this is. And by the public, I mean the internet public, because the real world still views what iDubbbz thinks is okay as a sick, fucking perverted mindset, which it is, by the way. iDubbbz is a sick, fucking, disgusting pervert who, let's start from the beginning. He's complaining about Sam calling his wife a whore, right? And saying, like, he's mad that Sam says, oh, you can buy Anissa and that she's a whore, right? However, he's right. You can buy Anissa. You can pay to have a sexual relationship with Anissa on her OnlyFans. I understand some people don't think that that's what sex work on OnlyFans is, but it is. Unless iDubbbz is the one, or she's got some little cuck boy managing her DMs, the way OnlyFans works as a business model is that you're not just subscribing to get videos, you're also subscribing to get a parasocial relationship with the person. So, yes, in fact, iDubbbz, that's not an insult or a harassment to say that you can buy your wife on fucking OnlyFans because you put her up for sale. That's the other thing. He was going off on Froggy Fresh and Sam Hyde for saying that they view women as property, and that talking about his wife like she's for sale or she's for lease. Oh, that's sexist because they're talking about women like they're property. When, bitch, you put the for sale sign on her. You're the one who listed her on goddamn the whore Zillow. Okay? Like, don't fucking, yes, you treat your wife like property because you profit off of her. You profit off of her sexuality because it is a product that you sell on the internet. She is property to you. That's what being a sex worker is you turn your body and your existence into property. That's what that is. I don't care how fucking hyper-ringed feminism you've tried to malaise your way around this. It doesn't matter that your wife is the one selling it and it's not from a pimp. She's still turning her body into product to buy. She's turning her sexuality and, in essence, her love, which, by the way, as much as people like to want to separate in their brain, and some psychopaths actually can't, lust and love are interlinked. You can't fucking disassociate them. Okay? That's bullshit. So you are turning her love, which is supposed to be something that you and her share, you're turning into a product that people can buy. And it's one thing to sell photos of your asshole online, but that's not what fucking OnlyFans is. And you fucking know damn well it's not. And before people go saying that I'm a sexist, which I am, I'm the king of the incels. But before people go off saying that I don't care about the women, let's fucking look at what OnlyFans actually fucking is. And when promoting it, what it actually does. OnlyFans is, in essence, a pyramid scheme. There's a couple of really high-end earners up at the top. And what their job is to both produce content for retard-brained monkeys like you to buy. But then they also, fun fact about OnlyFans, I don't know if you know this, when OnlyFans, they have a referral links to get other girls to sign up. When that happens, they get money from those girls signing up goes to the big dog women. So it's like there's a couple of big, like Bella Thorne, probably Belle Delphine, whoever the fuck, some other Belle, Emma Watson, you know, whoever some dumb whore on the internet is. Which, by the way, yes, they're all whores because they're selling their body for money. They are selling their fucking body for money. That's what a whore does. That means your wife is a whore. It's not an insult to call your wife a whore. That's what she is. That's her job. That's what you have given her permission. No, that's what she's decided her career to be. And instead of thinking, do I want to be with a whore who thinks that sex is something to sell rather than something to actually value is a real fucking thing between someone who cares about me? No. That's something that she sells on the internet, by the way. Anyways. Fuck. No, so the way the system at fucking OnlyFans works is these big dog, what I call the psychopaths, because to get out of like a fucking sex work, first of all, the normalization for sex work is so fucking devious and ill-conceived and malicious. It's so awful. Okay? Obviously, it's awful for men because we have to be inundated with women trying to get us to pay for their pussy at all times on the internet, which is fucking awful. It makes me want to throw up every time it happens. And that's fucking true. Every time you see an OnlyFans link, you should feel a pit in your stomach like, what the fuck is wrong with society? And there is something wrong because it's sick and fucked up. And it is sick and fucked up. Don't tell me it's not. But it's got two goals, okay? Try and get us to pay them, but also convince every woman to try and sign up for it. And guess what? 9 out of those 10 women are going to come away from that fucking thing ashamed, devalued. They're fucking scarred for life from this shit, as they've had to deal with the emotions of fucking holding on. Like, they maybe have like 3 or 4 simps who pay them for their nudes. It's like a parasocial relationship, right, on the person's end, but it's also not so great for some of these fucking models' ends. These fucking people who think, oh, all these famous women are doing it, I'll do it too and I'll make some money, and then they get sunk deeper and deeper because not everyone can be the top fucking earner model. So to try and get any money out of it, they do worse and worse shit, and it becomes depraved and awful for them. And that's not fucking good. So no, don't come at me with a libertarian, if they're just doing whatever they want, why don't you just let them do what they want? Because it affects other fucking people. Because the whole thing, because it's not just them, they're recruiting, they're making more fucking people join up and include with it, because that's OnlyFans' business model as a pyramid scheme. It is. Look it fucking up. I'm not wrong about that. And yes, it's other people's lives. Why should I care? Oh, libertarian. Yeah, it's other people's lives until it's someone you fucking care about. That's the whole point of that video I made last time, 3 years ago, where I was talking about how awful it would be if I had a girlfriend, and I was like, well, can a guy even date now? Because there's a chance she'll just turn into an OnlyFans whore at any moment and you'll be fucked. That could happen, right? But let's also think, it's not a big deal until it's someone you care about. Not even like if it's a girlfriend. Like, let's say, like, hypothetically, it affects every dating age woman. That sucks. Let's say it affects your mom, or your sister, or your daughter. Shit. Fucking Gila Klein has an OnlyFans. She has 2 children. Her 2 children will grow up, and they'll be able to see and pay for their mom's nudes on the internet. And that's fucked. Genuinely fucked up. I know a lot of us have come from very sheltered, normal lives where our moms weren't like that. But some people do come from moms who were like whores, and it fucks them up because it's awful. It degrades you. It makes you feel awful about yourself, about your family, where you come from. It's all fun and games until it happens to someone you care about. That's the problem. I get it. Let people live their lives. Okay, what about people I care about? Should I not try and stop them from doing horrible things to themselves? Because it's a horrible fucking thing, this stuff. It's not good. And it's not okay. And the fucking balls in this weak little fucking faggot. God, I swear I'm going off the rails now. Coming in here, talking about how, there's these fucking aged, old style fucking philosophies about this stuff, and how, like, the mentality that sex work is wrong and immoral is like an old way of thinking, and that it will die out as the new way comes along. That's such fucking, like, I live with a sex worker and I surround myself with perverts and pornographers all day mentality. And some will come at me and say, oh, what about porn? Is porn bad? Yes, porn's just as bad as not worse. It's fucking, the whole thing's the same. Shouldn't be allowed. But we can't make it not allowed. I'm not a legislator. But on a personal moral level, I'm going to insult these people. Because they deserve to be You need to make sex work a shameful thing. right? Otherwise, people will go into it not knowing the horrible fucking consequences it will have for them. Same thing with being a drug addict, right? Oh, yeah, everyone talks, for years it was shameful to be a stoner, because stoners were fucking dumb. Like, they were fucking dumb losers, right? With fucking dreadlocks, and like, yeah, man, I'm smoking weed, yeah, no. And then people decide, oh, let's not shame them for that. And you know what? The world's worse off for it. Fucking smoking weed is bad for a lot of people. Serious consequences for people who have schizophrenic tendencies. It can inflate. There's so many fucking bad medical fucking things happening from marijuana going around right now that people don't care about, but they should. Same thing with any other drug. You make the drug dealer, you make the OnlyFans model who makes a bunch of money. Oh, she's making all this money, going against the system, all the power, ha ha. Meanwhile, it encourages some, 18-year-old girl fresh out in college to start selling her asshole pics online, and it fucks her up for life. So, no. Thankfully, the iDubbbz mentality of this is the new way and everyone will think like me, it's the same playbook that gays took, right, in the 2000s when they said, oh, eventually everyone will agree with us. And that may have been true, but it doesn't mean it applies to everything related to sex. There are some things that just will never be fucking okay. And sex work is one of them. I hope. Most people, if you ask, is it okay to sell naked photos of yourself on the internet? If you ask someone on the street, most of them will say, no, that's fucked up and weird. And thankfully, that's still the case. It's only this fringe internet section or this bubble of like people who like stream on Twitch. It's all these Twitch streamers, by the way, who are essentially OnlyFans, but like the entry level OnlyFans. It's this bubble where they keep making money. They keep making more and more and more money. So they keep thinking it's okay because they think the ride will never end. And in their sphere, totally normal, totally okay. I'm not surprised someone like Alana Pierce, who was ruined writing in multiple video game projects and is a dumb, useless fucking creator who has produced nothing of value in her entire life, thinks that it's okay for sex workers to fucking encourage barely fucking legal girls to sell their asshole pics on OnlyFans. I'm sure she thinks it's totally okay and fine because they're consenting adults and, it's woman power, they're making their own money. And, you're just a seething incel because women are making more money than you. I don't care how much money they're making, okay? I can make $1 billion fucking dollars selling drugs or some bullshit. Doesn't mean it'd be okay or moral or a right fucking thing to do. I could go rob a bank and make way more money than them. But it doesn't mean that's the right thing to do. And yes, OnlyFans are as bad as robbing a bank, worse actually, than robbing a bank. It's got an overall net negative effect on the society as a whole, worse than robbing a bank. It was a very upsetting video. Like, it was like fucking made me pissed off. Like the attitude and the gall to talk about how obvious and clear the path towards sex. And one thing he says that he's grown as a person. A lot of people say that they've grown as a person. Not true. People change. Very rarely do people grow. I've grown because I'm fatter now. But most of the time when people change as they get older, they don't get better. They tend to get a lot worse. Growing means that you've improved your life in some dramatic way, and you've made steps towards becoming a better overall person. iDubbbz has not grown. He has maybe maintained a neutral level, but just switched sides. But he's changed, but he's not grown. He's not growing as a person. He's still as egotistical and negative and people say toxic. He's still as toxic as ever, right? Toxic's a bullshit word, by the way. He's still the same level. He's just changed sides on issues. He's changed his mind on issues because they benefit him conveniently at the current moment. And they're what his friends think and say and do. Also, by the way, nice nod to say that iDubbbz doesn't want Sam to make fun of any of his friends or harass any of his friends. That would include Hassan Piker, who does deserve to be harassed at all times, because Hassan Piker is a scumbag slime who should have no money and should be dragged and quartered in the street for crimes against humanity. So that means if Sam ever does anything to Hassan Piker or Ethan Klein, which he should do because Ethan Klein and Hassan Piker absolutely deserve it. Ethan Klein especially, after everything he did to Sam, definitely deserves a fucking Sam Dragon beating. But man, I'm really fucking sick of like OnlyFans people. Like, I thought that I thought tides were kind of shifting away from that. That people realized this is kind of fucked up and awful. But I guess brewing behind the scenes in California, people are like falling further and further down this pit. I don't think you have the right to get upset if people calling your wife a whore if you're okay with if she's a whore. If your wife is a whore, it's not an insult to call her a whore. If your wife is for sale on the internet, it's not an insult to call her for sale or for lease or to call her property. If your wife treats herself like property and her sexuality is property and you are okay with that, guess what? People are going to tell you that your wife is property because that's what she is. That's what she's degraded herself to be. Notice I'm not saying Ethan's allowed her to do that, or Ian. iDubbbz is not allowed his wife to do that. His wife just is that. That's what she's doing to herself. It's her fucking choices, right, brothers? It's all about female independence. Let's allow women to become property by them making their own choice to do it. It's much more based to allow women to sell themselves into sexual slavery rather than just forcing them. I'm just mad because the whole video is like a moral argument against these people who he's upset with. Meanwhile, his action, because it's not like he tried to present it as illogical, but there was no logic, or like it was very irrational and emotional and an appeal to like morality with these guys are sexist and are harassing me. But what Sam said is true objectively about iDubbbz's wife. It is objectively true about his wife. And what Froggy Fresh said about his wife is objectively true. And iDubbbz's like choice to promote and encourage OnlyFans is a extremely immoral choice. It's an evil fucking action. He's an evil fucking bastard. And everything he does makes the world a worse place. OnlyFans is a bad fucking thing. I know it's been normalized over the years. We're just so used to it now because it's just been around and we just have to deal with it now. People just have it. And it's like, oh, it's something that you gotta do. It's not okay. It's still not okay. It's a pyramid scheme that abuses women, exploits men, creates parasocial relationships, and exploits money out of people for that, feeds money to the top earners and to the company itself, commodifies sex even further in our already fucking totally obsessed with lust world that has devolved and destroyed all love and actual humanity and destroyed it into fucking pure sex for no reason other than to profit off it. It's a bad thing. We shouldn't be okay with it. We should not be as complacent as we are with OnlyFans. We should be trying to shut it down actively, right? There are scandals involved with OnlyFans all the time, I'm sure. I'm sure there's plenty of people on OnlyFans who are underage, who are lying about their age and got on. I'm sure there's plenty of things in OnlyFans where there are guys who spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on it and are getting exploited by, like, girls on there. But there's plenty of times that women have groomed girls who are underage and waited right till they're 18 and told them, okay, join OnlyFans and use my thing or whatever. They'll, like, have them over on their Twitter page or whatever. They'll hang out and do cosplay photo shoots with them or whatever, and then encourage them to do OnlyFans and use a referral, and then they'll get money for it. So they're immediately, like, it's like women becoming their own pimps and, like, pimping out, like, their own, like, small, like, barely legal fucking girls. It's not good. And the same thing can be said about the porn industry, and we need to crack down on that too, but that's an even bigger behemoth. But OnlyFans is growing to an even worse demon. It's even worse, because it's more accessible to everyone. The one thing with porn is that there was a barrier to entry. You needed a camera, you needed to have a film crew or whatever, you needed to put some work in, you know? And you had to, like, join the porn industry. There was a physical barrier to be in person to do it. OnlyFans, it's all digital. And porn's like that now too, right? You can upload stuff yourself, right? But uploading stuff yourself to, like, Pornhub or whatever probably won't get you a ton of views. I mean, you might, depending on whatever, but, like, you're not going to get a ton of financial return right away. Whereas with OnlyFans, you can essentially creating an amateur porn industry that's unstoppable. And that's bad. That's a bad thing. Don't pretend like it's a good thing. Don't sit there and think, oh, it's okay, I jerk off to porn sometimes, that means I'm okay with this. Don't. Stop jerking off to porn for one reason. But even if you do, you need to fucking not be okay with this mentally. There's a fucking big difference between having to work with a company that produces porn and you have to like make the steps and they've got to recruit you and hire you and pay you, and then there's a whole bunch of times where you and your brain can say, no, this is a terrible idea, these people are creepy and awful, I need to get out, right? And the only people who like really enjoy, there's only so many people who go in porn and get out and like live a normal life, you know. Almost all the people who stay in porn for a long time are total psychopaths. No, it's almost all the top OnlyFans models and Twitch like e-thought streamers are total fucking psychopaths. Because you have to completely have no emotion or soul to do this kind of stuff and be okay with it morally. Like you can't fucking reconcile with the fact that you're devaluing and destroying your body and devaluing and literally selling yourself. You're selling your soul and your sexuality and like your love, like something that should be reserved for someone you care about, you know. This like thing, sex should be between people who actually care about you. You know, you shouldn't just give it away for free or sell it or whatever. It's taking that and destroying it for these women. And for the men, it's just they're just a fucking giant piggy bank. These lonely men who can't get fucking anything, who are depressed and fucking miserable, they're exploiting them. They're exploiting the quiet incel subcast of the world that makes money. They go do their job, they come home, and they play their internet stuff, and that's it, and that's their life. You know, they're exploiting people like that and fleecing their money dry. And it's disgusting. So I'm focusing mostly on how it affects women because the argument will be that I'm an incel and I'm an incel and I only give a shit about men and I don't care about women. And despite my appearances and being the incel king, yes, I do fucking care what happens to women. I don't want women to be miserable either. It kind of woke me up a little bit when I realized that women are just as miserable in our society as men are with what the fuck's going on with the dating environment. Someone told me that once, and it did kind of make me think, oh, it's not just me who's suffering here. Everyone is, because the situation is shit. It's miserable for everyone living in it. You know, women like Anissa, who is a psychopath, so is Hila Klein, by the way. Almost everyone you'll see who's like a top tier OnlyFans earner, like a famous person, are genuine psychopaths. Like Anissa is a psychopath, 100%. If she can do this OnlyFans stuff and have no moral qualms with it, you are a psychopathic being. You don't care. You are allowing you, as a person, your sexuality, to be sold to men. Or women, too, I guess. Who knows? Some lesbians, I guess. And you're allowing yourself to message them, encourage them to buy more and to pay you more, to fleece them for as much money as you can. If you're able to do that and do it successfully, you're a fucking psycho. The top OnlyFans girl, I think, was Bella Thorne for a while. She is a textbook actual psychopath. She has no real emotions. Some of that is from probably trauma, growing up doing Disney Channel stuff, or that's fucked her up for life. But she has no actual real emotions anymore. They're all gone. I'm sure some people are out there doing tasteful nudes, right? It's tasteful nudes. That's how it starts. It's a little bit of weed, you know, just help me sell a little bit of weed here and there. And then you're going to start selling more shit. It gets worse. And don't tell me slippery slope it's a fallacy, because it's not. It's accurate. It's not a fallacy. It's real. I'm just sad. It makes me fucking miserable and depressed and like angry. It makes me fucking angry this is happening. And it makes me angry. What made me really fucking angry, really, the whole reason this video is the idea that this like evil is the future and we can't stop it. We have to just sit back and let it happen. And that our ideas and what we think is like old and antiquated and pathetic and will die out to these new wave of ideas that's correct and virtuous and true, while encouraging actual evil psychopathic behavior that hurts everyone that it touches. There's no one that comes out from OnlyFans happy and successful, except for maybe the very top psychopaths who don't feel happiness anyways. No one comes out of the OnlyFans situation correct and happy. And why does Ian let it happen? Because he's porn sick. He's probably been jacking off to porn since he was like 12, like most guys on the internet. He's allowed to fucking fully consume him. He doesn't have any He's completely divorced his sexuality from love and emotions and like what he cares about. He's completely divorced that from himself. And that is so horrible. He must be so miserable and depressed at all times. And it's his fault. It's not the woman's fault, it's his fault. He did this to himself. Don't let it happen to you. Save yourself. If you're still watching porn, stop now. But even if you are watching porn, save yourself. Make yourself think. Stop. Really think about what you're doing. I know some people can't stop watching porn. It's not going to happen for a lot of people, for a lot of guys, for most guys probably. But don't pay for OnlyFans. Don't fall down the rabbit hole of the parasocial, this woman's actually DMing me thing. Don't allow that to happen to yourself. You're better than that. You're a better person and you can survive without it. You deserve more for yourself and what you care about. You deserve more for your future girlfriend or wife. And if you're a girl who's watching this, which they're probably like maybe 0, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2. It's like there's like 5 total girls in the sector, right? But if you're a girl watching this, don't give yourself an OnlyFans. Just don't do it. Don't post photos of yourself online if you can help. If you can, like, if you can avoid, don't like share. Don't like fucking. Don't sell yourself. Don't sell your body for money. Don't sell your sexuality for money. Don't sell who you are and something that's actually important to you for money. It's not worth it. You can't buy it back. Once it's gone, it's gone. And not that like, oh, you're tainted forever, that you can never recover, but for you personally, internally, it'll damage you forever. Not how other people view you, because you could probably clean up, get rid of it, and no one will ever remember. But you'll always remember in your heart. It'll be with you, and it'll stick with you. And you'll dread it, and you'll wake up every morning, you'll think about what you did, and it'll weigh upon you. The weight of sin will be upon your neck to the day you die. Or at least for a very long time. Every relationship you'll have after that will be clouded by it. You'll never be able to enjoy true love and happiness, which does exist. Don't let people fool you in thinking it doesn't. People are out there who care about you. Don't sell yourself. You're not a product. You're not property. None of us are property. So why are we fucking selling ourselves? Why, in God's name, would I get it if you like are doing it like on accident. Like, there's one thing to post nudes of yourself online. I get it. It's fucked up, But to sell it, like to sell shit, like it's deliberate. It's a next level step. It degrades you so much and makes you miserable. You shouldn't do it to yourself. You're better. You're better than that. And we should not buy it. Don't fucking pay anymore. Stop paying. Whoever's paying for this shit, stop. Whoever is fucking paying for Anissa or Gila Klein's fucking OnlyFans better fucking stop. Gila Klein is a mother. That's sick. Gila Klein's an actual sick fucking human being. So is both Ethan. Well, Ethan's a perverted little fucking shit. Who's addicted to porn like his dad is. And is a sick freak. Probably a rapist. Just gonna be real with you. I know people got mad that Sam Hyde called dad a rapist, but Ethan Klein's legitimately rapist. Huge rapist vibes. You can just look and everything about him, a huge rapist. And his children are going to grow up and their mother is a whore. It's disturbing. But their children are probably fucked from the beginning because, imagine growing up in the fucking H3 house. Good luck getting out of that one alive, buddy. You're not going to survive. Good luck getting out of that one unmolested. That's all I'll say. Fuck. I mean, you're in there with Hassan, the Hassan the hebephile, who's literally had sex with underage women multiple times. Him and Josh Moon should hook up. Him and Hassan, because they're both connoisseurs of the underage prostitute. Sex work is not work. It is not real work. Sex work is not work. It is not work. There is no work involved. Sex work is selling your soul. It's selling who you are. And it's fucked. Don't do it. Also, Creator Clash was shit because I didn't know who anyone was on the show besides iDubbbz. I knew Chris Ragran because he was in Gamergate once. But for a Creator Clash, I guess I knew Alana Pierce too because of the bitching about her being in God of War people. But everyone who was on the show was a nobody. Like, who the fuck were these people? I don't know. It must be like these people who watch fucking Twitch. Who the fuck actually watches Twitch streams? Like, what fucking brain dead retard is out here watching Twitch streams? No offense, but come on, bros. Didn't recognize. What the fuck has any of them done? Like, why should I know who any of these people are? I know fucking Nathan Barnett from, like, he was in the Roast of the Angry Video Game Nerd. There's a couple people I knew, but a lot of people I did not know. You know? It's like these YouTube boxing shows, right? I guess Ego Raptor. But these YouTube boxing shows, you know, and like, say what you will, he was talking trash about Boogie versus Wings of Redemption, but that's a fucking heavyweight, like, main pay-per-view match. It's a way bigger fight than anything Creator Clash has ever put on, because Boogie and Wings of Redemption are known fucking people that people care about. And if they can get the Quartering versus, who's that other guy they wanted to have in box? I don't remember. Oh, versus Review Tech. If they get the Quartering versus Review Tech, those are people who people actually know, right? Like, they're relatively known, and I know who those fucking people are. Like, Boogie and Wings of Redemption is, like, a huge fucking fight. I care about that. That sounds, like, fucking amazing. It's gonna be an awful physical competition, but it's a celebrity boxing match. You know? You can talk trash all you want, but Boogie versus Wings of Redemption is a bigger fight than anything Creator Clash has ever put out. And will be a bigger fight than anything Creator Clash will ever do. Because it's two people actually care about. Versus, I don't know, Nathan Barnett boxing someone I don't know for like a squash match. It's an actual match. Who cares about the physicality? No one's watching celebrity boxing for the technical prowess and like the art of the sport. It's fucking celebrity boxing. You know, it's like you're watching the fight to see two people fight that you care about, not whether it's going to be a good fight or not. Like, shit, it's for the spectacle. If I want to watch a good quality boxing, I watch actual boxing, dumbass. Also, Sam Hyde is right. Also, I'm sad John left. I haven't watched Fish Tank. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched Fish Tank at all. I'm not gonna watch Fish Tank. If they want me to be on Fish Tank, I'll join Fish Tank. But I don't want to watch Fish Tank, man. Fuck it. Okay, that's all I gotta say now. Peace out. I can't turn this camera off. I'm shaking. I've been shaking for a while because my fucking hands are... It's rage. I'm raging. I'm fucking having a rage out moment. I'm not sure if you can tell I'm not fucking happy. That pissed me off, man. It pissed me the fuck off. Don't let this fucking shit become normal. Don't, like, sit back and let what he's saying is normal be normal. It's not normal. Don't let him try and convince you it is. What he's talking about isn't okay. And that gut feeling in your stomach, which is telling you it's not okay, is right. Stick with that gut feeling. It'll take you far in life, kid. Your wife's a whore. A whore. It's a whore. Your wife's a whore. It's not a fucking threat. It's not harassment. It's not an insult. It's the truth. It's actually true. It is actually what your wife is. She's an actual whore. Okay, good night.